I'm back in 9 Mile Canyon today, and we headed towards the lower side of the canyon, or west, where I normally go. I was down here last weekend with the accountant, and we saw some cliff ruins up there. Flew the drone up there. There's cliff ruins, there's pit houses, quite the structure up there. There's a cave type of complex with some petroglyphs, some old ones up around it. So we're going to climb up there and see what we can find. There look like a couple of ways to get up here. One is going down this canyon here, coming up the back top, or the other way, should be able to go right down through here and up and over. So we're going to try this way first. I'm going to take you guys along on a little walk. All right. Looks like I probably picked the right route. Seems to be a nice trail going up it. So before you even get started, you can see some old petroglyphs on the bottom of this rock. And then you see some new petroglyphs on the bottom of the rock. But who knows, in a couple hundred years those will be old petroglyphs as well. So, potato, potato, as my mama used to always tell me. Now, I see some old ones, and I'm going to say these are new ones here, but I got to give them credit. Come on now, these two right here, that's pretty well done. This guy looks like he's getting sick. This guy's dancing over some old ones. Normally I don't care for modern graffiti, but those are pretty funny. I like those. Too bad they had to put them right there amongst the old stuff. But I could be completely and 100% wrong. I mean 100% wrong. I would say that these are newer ones, but the patina on them, it's such that they look older. So who knows at this stage? But I'm thinking the ones though with the sick guys. I think those are modern. I don't know if you guys will get to see it. Later on you might. I wore my good cowboy hat today. I figured you've seen my old ugly one. So I'd put on a new fancy one for today. Kind of liven it up. Now when the accountant sees this, she's going to question me on whether or not this was the smartest place for me to go under. But I'm going to say, oh, sure. What are the odds of it coming down at this exact particular time, huh? So we're going to be heading up there in just a second. So bear with me, folks. I can continue down that way. And it looks like there might be a spot. Or I can go up right here. Show of hands? All right. Let's give this a shot. I think this was a solid choice. And you can see we're still below the cliff houses. So let's walk over this way. Kind of take the long way up. Have you guys seen them yet? Placed on the rocks, you'd never notice it from down below. So I keep saying, you got to get up close and personal to these things if you really want to see them. I know I say it every time I'm in this canyon. But I do think it's one of the most beautiful canyons I've been into. Reminds me of my youth, running around with my mom, dad, my brother, and my sister. Going up to mining camps and Indian mines and heading through the mountains. Heading down towards Cochise Canyon and where Chiricahua Apaches used to have their base camp. This is a lot of what it reminds me of. Although, I never looked, but I never saw the petroglyphs there. But you sure see them here. Now this is kind of a unique one because it's just on a small narrow band. It isn't a whole panel. This route looks like it's going to take me up by the square pit house first. And then we'll head out towards the end and look at the lookout at the other end. Now, I've mentioned it before. I'm hoping you guys can see this as well as I can. Look at those fossils in there from the old ocean bottom. This is all used to be waterfront property through here. We're going to head the way we're going still. I want to go look at these panels over here. Part of skipping out and coming down here is the exploration. That and the stickers in my socks. We're going to take the low path and then head up. So I'm sitting here modern day. Got the cliff coming up here. It comes right down the bottom here. And then it shoots out to the cliff, or to the pit house and the tower over that way. Who else has stood at this particular spot and looked up and down the canyon? It's a beautiful spot to do it. Gives you good views. And you can see all the panels. Good thing I decided to come over here. There's a little button I hit when it centers it when I think this thing's getting lost. I haven't quite figured out how to use it yet. But there's a button, and that button works. Now, look at this. I'm hoping the sunlight's on it good. Hoping you guys can see it as well as I can. There's animorphs, humanoids, we got traveling. I'm kind of coming to the opinion in that these mountains right here show traveling. Perhaps these dots up above it show time. One of these days I'll know. By then though, I'll probably be dead, up in heaven, talking with a guy who pecked these out of the stone. I hope. Now you come down here, part of a humanoid here, maybe the headdress up in this area. Now you got to ask yourself, what was this guy? Was he showing that he was a herder? Was it even a man? There's a lot of old peckings on this one. And you can see how badly it's deteriorating. So you have this humanoid figure here, this little piece, next good frost, rain, storm, freezing cycle, and that piece is gone. I'm going to step down and get greedy, see if we can see some more over here. I don't think so, but I've been wrong way more than once. Let's go down here to the end, then we'll turn around and head back. Here's, you know, I like my little digressions here. Is this hunks of iron in this rock? Here, here, here. This little turtle looking job up here. Somebody knows. Let me know, would you please? I can continue walking and walking down the canyon here looking for stuff. Is there something? See if I can get this up here on these rocks. Old ones? Maybe. Maybe not. But I'm going to head back this way. I see some petroglyphs, some nice ones up high. We're well above the fortified, I'm going to call it lookout post. I hear something that's odd. Can you guys see that? I'm hoping you can. Look at the radiations out of this. You know that's naturally made, or is it? It'd be easier if I went around. Yeah, you know what? Not because it's easier, although that plays into it, because I think the rocks look neater over in this area. I want to head up there. Actually, I'm going to head over here and we'll walk that entire ridge. I know it's harder for you guys to see it than it is for me. There's petroglyphs all along that face. And I'll prove it to you by walking up there. So we're going to head right down over in that area. Take a breath. Try to get my breathing under control, you know, maintain a cool facade that I'm actually in shape. Oh, we're not going that way. I'm still looking for pot shards, and I'm betting this will be my best opportunity yet. Not because there's any more likely to have been here, simply because I don't think a lot of people got up here. Trails I'm following right now are littered with bighorn droppings. Oh, whew. I thought I was going to be proven wrong. Things that I thought were petroglyphs turned out to be dirt. But look at these. Those are some old ones right there, followed by these ones. Look at how old they are. They're almost disappearing. And if you look at them and compare them to the ones we've seen already down here, these were a much more primitive design and technique than were used earlier. Now, sweating now. Is this a family portrait? We got the dad, little kid, their pet goat, and then we got Mama watching over everybody. Now I'm being facetious, but I'm also being dead serious. Is this father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter? I'm going to back up for a second. So if it wanders, it's because I'm trying not to fall off the edge of the cliff. So that I can get something maybe that shows all of these. There we go. There we go. Now, I'm not going to climb up much higher. Or maybe, let's see. I think I'm going to head on down this way. I'm going to turn you off, take a couple of pictures, and I'll go back on. But right over there is the fort and the square house, the pit house. We'll be down there in a little bit. Here we are, we're heading back down now. We're going to stay close to this wall because there's a lot of stuff on it. You can see them down here, here, over there. Those are very, very old peckings in through there. This one right here, the camera tends to show them a little bit better. Is this a man right here? Or am I seeing things? I can see the sheep over here. And that. It looks like there's something up above that. I'll have to look at it when I watch the videos. I go over a rock. I'm going to drop down a little bit so I can see the whole picture down through here. I've seen a couple of snake skins up through the canyon here, but I will say at this time of year I'm not going to really run into them, and I'm kind of happy for that. Can you folks see the texture on this rock? Is that not just mind-blowing? Way up here on the side of this hill. Now, sorry. I'm looking at what I would believe are some very old, original. I would think that this would predate or be some of the oldest Fremont stuff I've seen so far. It isn't nearly as defined as the newer stuff. It's not nearly as detailed. You're seeing a lot more geometric shapes as opposed to anamorphic or humanoid, you know, defined fingers, toes, as they started coming into a little bit more of themselves, I would think. Is that a whale? Is this a whale, folks? I have no idea, but these are some of the oldest ones that I've come across right in here. I mean, the face, they're large. They've been pecked out. That's not newer graffiti. Look at their stuff up above. Almost completely disappeared with the exception of the small holes that it made. We're going to follow this around here. And you can see it all down through there. While I'm panning down and looking, I'm checking the other rocks. Oh, there's some newer ones to my right about 20 feet. We'll walk over there. I'll come back and get pictures of these with my good camera here in a second. As you can see, these rocks have fallen off in the past. So, like that. That's a pecking. Where was that part of this up here? Can you guys see the ones in the background over here? We're getting there. Now, there's some modern graffiti right here, and there's some more modern petroglyphs right here. And I say that simply because the detail and the shape and the style of the sheep, much more modern, being, you know, 700, 600 years ago as opposed to 11 or 1200. Now I gotta quit saying that, sorry. What's all of these squiggly lines mean right here? Is this following a mountain ranges, a river, as it courses down through here? Then we got modern graffiti. Don't care for that one. We got this one. What is this trying to depict? I mean, there's my finger for scale. It's tiny. Here's an interesting one for you. They're all interesting. But is this showing a person using a goat to plow? Seems like a good interpretation to me. I have no idea. We've got some anamorphs, some pictures going all the way up there. Actually, those are beautiful rendered, aren't they? Look at that set right there. We got the old, new-ish, and then all the way down here at the bottom, we got hash marks with an old sheep. Some stuff on the back side here. My shadow's in the way. Now, look at those. They come on so beautiful on this camera. And then you've just got some older geometric shapes down below it. some other ones over here that are being lost to time. These are probably the only images you'll ever see of them. Follow the squiggle all the way up, horizontal. These are so old, they're just disappearing. All right, I'm going to take some still shots. So I'll turn you back on when I move on down the mountain a little bit. This trip took me longer than I thought it would. I kept getting sidetracked, finding more and more fascinating petroglyphs along the way that I just couldn't help but stop and take the time to explore. But I promise you, if you stick with me, I'll show you the cave, I'll show you the cliff house, and I'll show you the pit house. Stay tuned for part 2, 3, probably 4. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the trip as much as I did. Thanks for the travels.